We don't talk very much about gig workers, do we? And we should. These are the people who, in a sense, are, literally drive the company. I mean, it's a cliche, but they actually are the transporters. It's difficult. It's hot in India. It's cold in India. The conditions are difficult. The traffic is crazy. So, how important are the people, the men and the women who are gig workers, who are part of your business?
No, absolutely. I mean, our philosophy is to add value to all our stakeholders, right? Customers, the workers that we have across the business, and obviously then shareholders in that order, right? And, we look at adding value to a delivery partner's life as a core part of the value proposition of Zepto. And interestingly enough, the more value you add to those delivery partners, the more retention that you have in that fleet, the lower your costs become, and the better your overall business outcome becomes as well. So we don't just look at goodwill to delivery partners as a social initiative. We look at it as actually a business objective, right? And as a result of that, if you look at the way that we've built out this delivery fleet, we've basically gone from 0 to 50,000 delivery partners that earn a livelihood on Zepto in 36 months, right? Effectively 50,000 people now have sort of steady, stable, consistent income very quickly, and that's rapidly expanding. And how have we added value to their lives? From our perspective, we do things that we are proud of, like for example, giving them the ability to do doctor consultations, vehicle repair and insurance on their vehicles, even things like term insurance, right? We go a little bit above and beyond. We're constantly trying to innovate as a team. Like we've got a dedicated engineering and product team that's just constantly trying to figure out how we can add more value. So for example, when I speak to delivery partners and when our team speaks to delivery partners, one of the things they talk about is, cash flow, access to capital that's cheap. So we said, okay, instead of paying them every week, can we pay them every day? Mm-hmm. Can we pay them every hour, right? So we're going to to even crazy lengths to solve some of their problems. And if we can't do that, then we partner with, let's say, an NBFC to give them lower cost of capital, and we negotiate on their behalf, right? And so, from our lens, we are always on the lookout to add more value to them. Obviously, there is a marketplace, right? There is, structural forces of demand and supply in the labor market. But we do try, our philosophy at Zepto is how do we unlock more productivity so that we can pay them more or pay them in a stable fashion instead of this race to the bottom where we constantly keep chipping away at their income. We don't think it's productive. We don't think it's sustainable. We think real efficiency unlock and then, sharing that efficiency is a real way to compound. So in a nutshell, everything from, the basics from health insurance to vehicle insurance and other benefits all the way to, cash flow visibility, innovations on, how we pay them and solve for, day-to-day problems, all the way to, new things that we're trying to figure out, like, giving them pure play flexibility to work, even if they want to do, let's say, if you're an MBA student and you've got 2 hours in the afternoon, can we create a gig worker style program for you to give that MBA, an income of 8,000 rupees a month, if not a full, 20, 25,000 rupees a month, which still makes a huge difference. We keep trying to do these innovations to add value, and genuinely we're good faith. And the last thing that I'll mention, Soy, is that, even with stakeholders in the government, right, we are always, open to feedback and suggestions. So, we work with state governments, and if they genuinely feel like there's a better way that we can add value, we're obviously open to it with, like I mentioned, the real constraint of demand and supply and labor that we have to all adhere to, right? But yeah.